Alright there you guys again, welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm going to be officially updating you on some more latest news guys that I've just recently looked about. There's been talks about this left back because, well, I do have concerns at that left back position because I do think we potentially need a left back. About one of Celtic's top stars last season, Kieran Tierney or something like that. He's currently 20 years old. I've just currently looked at his stats and they are quite very impressive. He's currently 20 years old as well. A Celtic left back. He currently last season made 40 appearances in all competitions, I think. Currently played in he made 3 appearances in Champions League against Barcelona, Borussia Mönchengladbach and Manchester City. He's only scored 2 goals, obviously, because he's a left back, but he has been the attacking outlet for Celtic, and he's produced quite a lot of assists as well. I think he's got 11 or 12 assists as well. But he's been Celtic's one of attacking outlets. Right there, guys. Yeah, he's been one of their attacking outlets, and Jose Mourinho has put an eye out for him. He seems interesting because he has been he's Scottish international, and he watched him in the England-Scotland game, and he said he was very impressive, and he's currently caught Jose Mourinho's eye out. But I don't really know much about him. That's why I currently looked at his stats. According to reports, he's like comparable to Jordi Alba. He's fast, he's quick. He's good going forward. He's got that attacking instinct. He's got that killer instinct, and yeah. So this could basically mean, if this is true, there's been talks around about a 15 million deal about this. That Luke Shaw could be leaving Manchester United. I'm not quite sure. Luke Shaw did receive criticism last season, but I think he's still good when he gets them running games. Luke Shaw, for me, he is our advanced left back at the moment. I would still give him another opportunity, another season at least at Manchester United. And of course he's been injured as well. But whether this is true and Kieran Tierney from Celtic comes and Luke Shaw goes, I'm not quite sure, guys. But it's just according to reports that I've just read about. He's a young 20-year-old lad. He's got some good physical attributes. I've just read some of his style of play as well. He's good in the air. He's fast. He's a fantastic defender, and he can produce a lot of assists, and he's good at setting attacks off. So yeah, I've just read about that, guys. So that's the latest news about that. Yes, 4 players have fully left Manchester United. I can't fully remember the other 2 names. I'll have to look more into it. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Josh Harrop, as I told you before, and 2 other players have left as well. So 4 players have officially announced. It's officially announced that they have currently left Manchester United. I presume more will be going as well, I should presume. But yeah, guys, let's have a look at my battery. Yeah, with what's it now? With Fabinho, yeah, as I told you guys, he might stay at Monaco now. I'm not quite sure what could be happening with Fabinho. He could stay at Monaco. PSG have been in there, we've been in there, it's been stemming from numerous reports. Jose Mourinho wasn't keen on me, he was more focused on Dyer or Matic. But then Damasio had currently announced this, who is a respected journalist, and Ed Woodward has got 4 years experience, so I have a lot of faith in them. And I have a lot of faith and trustworthy in Jose Mourinho, whoever he does bring in, whether it's Matic, you know, whoever he brings in, I do have trustworthy in Jose Mourinho. But yeah, it'd been announced by an Italian journalist that we was close to completing a €50 million deal for Fabinho, and then all of a sudden he's saying it was a tempting invitation. How good he said it would be, how delighted he would be playing under Jose Mourinho. And then all of a sudden, it died down a bit, and now all of a sudden PSG have got the nose in. According to the French publication, that they've been in advanced talks with him, and that he could be joining PSG. But I think personal terms have basically been agreed with Fabinho and PSG. But I don't think a transfer fee is fully negotiated yet. He may not go to PSG, I don't know, but it's very, very disappointing. Like we are basically looking like we've missed out on Fabinho. You know, he'd be absolutely prolific. You know, he can play at right back. He'd help us squad. We're lacking that depth, and he'd dramatically improve the squad. He's very good in the air, very strong, very versatile, can score goals as well. And had a bar-storming season with Monaco, and they've got a good young, talented team of Monaco. So it does look like we've basically missed out on Fabinho. So basically, guys, I don't know where we're at currently at this transfer window at this moment in time. You know, what we've had is basically we've had players this transfer window flirting with us. We've had the likes of Fabinho now doing it. Till PSG got involved. But I said nothing about PSG. They don't like being public. They don't like to be publican until like a transfer fee is fully negotiated. They don't like sprouting it about too much. But yeah, we've been flirted with the likes of Fabinho. Oh man, we've been flirted with Griezmann. You know, with Griezmann, you know, as it looks likely Fabinho was coming at one point, and now all of a sudden it's died down. With Griezmann, he said he estimated 6 out of 10 or something like that. If we was to get the win Europa League and get Champions League football, then we did. It was talking to the TVs around and stuff, coming on news reports. And then all of a sudden it looked more than likely Griezmann was coming. And then we all thought we had him in the bag because he's classic. He's good in the air. He's achieved well. He can score you bags of goals. And he's Galactico. And it's a shame we've missed out on him. And then all of a sudden, watch experts were on this watch thing. And people interpreted this. That Mourinho had popped up on his watch. I don't think he intendedly rejected it. That could have been a sign of him looming over the horizon to come to Manchester United. And then all of a sudden we waited on the news about whether the transfer ban coming to the equation, whether it was going to be lifted or upheld. If it had been lifted, every Manchester United fan knows that it would have been happening now, that we would have got Griezmann on the board, but as it's been upheld, they've got a transfer ban, and I said he's got that guilty conscience, and he feels guilty because they can't find an alternative replacement, can Atletico Madrid, until January 2018, and as they've got a transfer ban. But people have dwelled about this. We do need them reinforced up front, but it's just the way it is. And in the last, Jose Mourinho succeeded in the last transfer window, got 4 players in, you know, but it were prolonged with Ibrahimovic, it were prolonged with Mkhitaryan, you know. Transfer negotiations do take time, and you've just got to wait and see what happens. But I don't know where Manchester United are. Oh, let me put my phone on charge. I don't know where Manchester United are at the moment, guys. To be quite honest with you, obviously we've got Victor Lindelof on the board. We've got Victor Lindelof. I said he has reservations about his game, but I do like Victor Lindelof. He's achieved well at Benfica, and yeah. And we've got the US tours coming up soon as well. We've got LA Galaxy coming up soon as well. I think I can't remember what date it is. It's this month sometime. So yeah, guys, basically in this transfer window, we have missed out on players. We missed out on Bernardo Silva. We'd been in advanced talks with him. He did a U-turn to Manchester City. Look, we missed out on. Who else did we miss out on? We've missed out on Griezmann. Even Perisic, as I said, we need that dedicated with. He's very good. He's skillful. He's very, very good in the air. That deal looks dead now about even Perisic, because Inter Milan are not. We're playing hardball with them, and Inter Milan are just being totally stubborn. I said he's rated at about a £30 million player. Obviously, new Chinese owners have just took up Inter Milan, rich owners. But he can improve a squad, but he can't improve a starting 11. He is one of Inter Milan's standout players. Whether he will be staying at Inter Milan, I do not know. I'm not quite sure about what's happening with him, guys, but we'd put a £35 million bid in. That had been rejected. I think he's worth around about a £30 million player anywhere. Inter Milan are just being totally stubborn. So this transfer could be inflated now. And you can't compare Perisic to the likes of Gareth Bale. You can't compare him to the likes, you know what I mean, guys? Yeah. Anything else to update you with? Yes, Romelu Lukaku. as I said, Chelsea, according to the press, Chelsea have been in the ascendancy to get Romelu Lukaku on the board for quite a while, because I think Everton are spending some money on players as well. So I think they could be looking to get rid of Romelu Lukaku. It wouldn't be my first choice. I would like him as a goal scorer, because he can lead them lines. He's a good goal scorer, but I don't think he's very consistent or competitive against the big teams. I think he just is a big game flop, and his first touches are quite awful. So the price tag is going to be a lot of money. We've been currently in the race with Chelsea before. We could have still end up getting Lukaku, because you just don't know what could happen, do you guys? So we'll have to see what happens about that. But the good news is, as I told you guys before, Jose Mourinho's getting young players into the team. He's creating youth in the team, and bolstering our youth academy up. I'm not quite sure what's going to be happening with Osamensu, whether he may go out on a loan deal. Maybe Pereira may go out on a loan deal, or may get the chance in the US tours. I'm not quite sure, but it's good news that we got that ex-PSG academy player. I think he's 16. Traore. Yes, I know that he participated in a trial game back in February for an under-17. It was 7-0 against Burnley. I think he got his name on the score sheet in that. But I think he's signing a contract with Manchester United. So I think we've got 2 youth players now on the board at the moment, guys, which is fantastic news about that. Is there anything else updated with work there, guys? With the press though, some media outlets and stuff, they like to pull traffic in. Mostly with Manchester United, they like to pull traffic in, but some reports are true, some reports are not. But I've still got to notify you guys about it anywhere. That's how they do it, basically. That's how with deals and stuff, and big rumours that are going on. That's how that's how they sell it as a narrative. And as I said about the Harry Kane situation, it was never going to happen, because I said, well, in reality, as much as I'd love to get Harry Kane, because he leads the line, won the Golden Boot last season. Tottenham have been very consistent for the last couple of seasons. The way that Pochettino's got Tottenham playing, attacking flair football, is absolutely amazing how Tottenham are playing. And they've been unlucky not to win the league. So, and I said, why would Harry Kane have any intentions of leaving Tottenham? They've been consistent for the last 2 seasons. Plus, they've got Champions League football as well. Plus, I don't think they lost a game at home last season, did they? I don't think they lost a game at home also. And they have got a good young team, a good team of Tottenham, so I don't think they're capable of selling any of their players. And I said, basically, with that, they were just the news and the agents and all the media were justifying their existence in that situation, because there were nothing basically to that case. And as I said, with George Mendes, he's wait there, guys. As I said, with George Mendes, what's George Mendes done now? He has George Mendes. He's put a lot of players to PSG as the client agents. Rodriguez client agent, so-called George Mendes, has put a lot of players on to PSG, according to reports. But I love James Rodriguez. He'd be fantastic for Manchester United. That's been stemming for quite a while. He could operate in that number 10 role. To be quite fair, I'm not quite sure what's happening with Wayne Rooney, guys. I'll have to look more into that. Some people have preferred him to move to China. He could end up staying. A lot of Manchester United fans will be disappointed if Wayne Rooney does end up staying at the club. So, yes, James Rodriguez, very versatile, very good in the air also. We'll have to see what happens, but he said basically he's been banned up, and he basically, a lot of teams have been there, and he insists that he wants to make a move to Manchester United as James Rodriguez. So we'll see what happens. He's not one of my main concerns at this moment in time. Obviously, as I said about Morata, nothing more's updated on that. A lot of these are still delayed at the moment. I don't think Perez did say they want in full negotiations, Manchester United, Real Madrid and stuff like that. What's going to be happening with Morata, guys? I don't know. I'm still convinced, and I'm still committing that he will come to Manchester United. He's currently rushed off his honeymoon, left his wife in Ibiza for his honeymoon. You know, to get back to Madrid and make a rush to come inside for Manchester United. As I said, bids have been rejected in the past. Manchester United are estimating to pay maybe around 60 odd million for him. Real Madrid could look more in the region of maybe 70, 80 million pounds or something like that. But he's basically come round, as Morata told all his friends and that he's moving to. He insists that he wants to make a move to Manchester United. He's had irregular starts at Real Madrid, but he can score goals, he can lead the lines well. As I said, the past experience with Mourinho and Pogba would be beneficial for Manchester United also. And he'd be essential in that number 9 role as well. Because now Zlatan Ibrahimovic left, who led the line last season with 28 goals. It has been a privilege, but he has left Manchester United now. I thought he maybe still might have signed another short-term deal or contract, maybe depending on how his fitness goes. But yeah, as I said, Rashford not ready to lead the lines yet. Got young talent, got good experience, but he's not ready to lead the lines just as yet. But as I said, the good news about this is Herrera, who was a good centre defensive midfielder who held the line well last season. People are desperate for him to get that captain's armband again to next season. Ander Herrera. I think he needs to get pushed up more, as I said, to express himself more. Ander Herrera. Maybe pushed on the right or something like that, but he currently rejected Barcelona, so he's very, very loyal, and that's fantastic news that Ander Herrera's done that. I thought under Van Gaal he was a bit of a struggle, but then I thought when he come under the Mourinho season, which is last season, I thought he dramatically improved and read his game fantastically well. So I still do highly rate Ander Herrera, and he was fantastic in the Chelsea game. That's basically where one of his best performances came back in April, with the way he had Hazard in his back pocket. And also, it's fantastic news about Anthony Martial. He didn't play half the season last season. He struggled quite a bit. But I think he still needs time to develop himself more, grow into his game more. And he's only young. He's one of the world's most expensive teenagers, is Anthony Martial. And, even if we were to sell him for, 40, 50, 60 million, it'd be hard to find a replacement for Anthony Martial. But I do have trustworthy Mourinho, whoever he gets in. It's fantastic. Jose Mourinho did praise Martial last season for his performance against Burnley. But he can deliver the goods at the right moments to Martial, and I think he needs time. He's only young, so he's got years ahead of him to progress, Anthony Martial. So that's just positive news. Look at the bigger picture. That's positive news for our fans, that they're rejecting bids from other big clubs and other clubs for the sake of staying at Manchester United, which is fantastic news. With Matic, that deal is delayed about Nemanja Matic, still delayed. On Monday, it was talks of a 40 million deal. It was supposed to be fully announced in the next 48 hours. Chelsea have basically delayed this offer because of their pursuit of Bakayoko and something to do with that anyway. We may not get Matic. I wouldn't be ecstatic anyway if we did end up getting Nemanja Matic on the board. It would be very, very disappointing if that did happen, because he's got a lot of reservations about his game. He's easily predictable. Hardly started in a Chelsea game last season. Made 3 or 4 appearances, Nemanja Matic. I think he's very slow also. Wait there. And he doesn't compliment your likes of Fabinho, your Nainggolan, your Herreras, your Pogbas and all that. He doesn't compliment them at all. So we'll have to see what happens about that. There's quite a few delays on this transfer window. They're not fully 100% yet. The Morata, I don't know when it's going to be fully announced. Could be announced by the next week or something like that. Maybe by the 8th or 9th of July that I heard about. But he's good at physical around defenders, and he'll be a crucial asset because we need that finishing asset up front. That was where our problems lied last season. You know, parking the bus against the big competitive teams, not scoring enough goals. We need that goal scorer. The squad rotation needs to improve as well. And we basically need to try and make Old Trafford another fortress again. That's what we basically need. Also, Pogba needs to be set free as well. And the latest news about, Ronaldo. As I said, I was talking to you that Ed Woodward did have some dream signings. Neymar was in there. There was talks that it's been urged about 170 million for Neymar, which is basically fake news in my opinion. But Neymar, Messi, Suarez combined fantastically well at Barcelona. I'd love the likes of Neymar. He's very creative, very good in the air, very composed, very precise on the ball. But I just can't see it happening. It's been basically I think it's been one of Ed Woodward's dream signings as this. Don't think it will happen. Jose Mourinho has no intentions of now looking in Ronaldo. He's looked more at Neymar further down the line. Ronaldo basically, they're out of the Confederations Cup. He's aware that he's tax allegations, but his future hasn't been fully announced just as yet. I think more things are getting talked through with Perez and Cristiano Ronaldo, as he has backed him all the way. I'm not fully committed to it. Ronaldo is not coming to Manchester United. I did believe there may be some truth behind it, the way it was sprouting about from numerous reports. It was sprouting about, so I thought there was some truth behind it. But now, as it's calmed down, Perez has given him a tap on the back, and it won't happen, guys. It won't happen, so we'll have to forget about that. And Nainggolan, yes, I don't think there's been an offer put in for him. As I said, there's a £40 million rated player. I'd love him though. He's a box-to-box player. He's very tenacious. He's very dynamic. He's good at attacks. He's got that attacking instinct. He's very distinctive in his play. He can feed teammates ahead of him as well. So I think he's one of Chelsea's targets as well. And Nainggolan would be a high candidate for Manchester United. He would establish himself perfectly. You know, and big players should basically want to come to a club that's got a good history, such as the likes of Manchester United, such as the likes of Bayern Munich, such as the likes of Real Madrid, such as the likes of Barcelona. But Manchester United have been in there, and we've got the money to do it. We'll basically pay anything at all for any player who's highly rated, you know, and he'll fit the Manchester United agenda. We'll be first in the queue in that situation, and we'll see. But yeah, basically, I don't know where we're at what's going on this transfer window at the moment. There's only one guaranteed player that's here, and that's Lindelof. Not the rest of it's not guaranteed just as yet. Morata's still likely. Morata will still come. Chelsea have been in there as well in the final hurdle a couple of times. We all thought basically it had been fully announced about Morata and that now, because I did say by Sunday I expected us to have a player at least or two on the board. But I just thought by the US tours or something like that, and the friendlies that we do have at least 2 or 3 players on the board. That's what I expect us to have, basically. But transfer negotiations do take time. You know, as in the past, we've bought average players. We've bought average players with Van Gaal. Van Gaal did sign a good player, and that was Rashford, but he's bought average players. Moyes bought Fellaini. Fellaini, for me, needs to go. He did participate well in the Europa League final also. Smalling, I think he should be going as well, Chris Smalling, as he did receive a lot of criticism last season, Smalling. But Jose Mourinho is looking to feed into our history, and I think it will work. I think it will work out this summer, because every team, every fan of every club, you know, wants to spend big and wants to get the players that they want in. Of a lot of teams basically, and yes, guys. Is anything else to update you with? No, and yes, the left back, as I told you, going back to talk of development about Kieran Tierney, he's possible now on the rate. He could be on Jose Mourinho's radar. Luke Shaw may go. Marcus Rojo, I think he's still injured. He could be out till Christmas as well. Whether we sign a left back, I do not know, because we've also looked into Jordi Alba as well, who's got good stamina, very good in the air also, and contributes to his game fantastically well. There's been talks about that from the Dan Bolland reports about 6 days ago, I think it was. Don't think anything else is updated on that as yet. But I just can't see with Real Madrid. We've been into James Rodriguez, we've been to Morata, and I think we've been another one who I can't remember the name of. But at Real Madrid, I don't think they're willing to sell for 2 or 3 of their players, really. I think they're still looking to get Kylian Mbappe on the board to raise these funds. Oh yeah, we've also looked into Bale to raise these funds. I think they could even look to get Eden Hazard from Chelsea as well. Gareth Bale could be available down the line. He's Galactico, very good in the air. He's Premier League proven as well. Scores goals, but he's injury prone. But he would be fantastic for Manchester United. I think he may leave Real Madrid. I'm not quite sure if he's got any intentions of leaving Real Madrid. He may not, because they've just won the Champions League 3 times 4 seasons, but he has had irregular starts, and a lot of people have said to persuade him to basically leave. You know, he's not getting enough games under his belt at Real Madrid, and he'll get more games in the Premier League, and that we should be first there in the queue to get his signature and get him on the board. And there's a few other players available on the board as well, who we should be looking more into the region of as well. But anyway, guys, more things will update, and as more things update, guys, I will be notifying you guys about that. Yes, and also Eric Bailly, as I said, was a fantastic buy by Mourinho. He'll be fantastic next season, I should presume. Also, Daley Blind was fantastic last season as well. Also, Mkhitaryan was fantastic last season as well. So, yeah, there's no need to dwell. There's no need to get worried, because I still think we'll get the players that we're looking into on the board. We've looked into players galore. It's just the right one that comes, and all you've got to do is bide your time and wait till these deals are fully announced. Anyway, guys, yes, now I'm going. That's everything to update you with. Take it easy. Drop a like on the video, guys, and I'll see you later on. Bye.